Back on the Columbia Cougars Coaches Show, talking Cougar basketball with head coach Bob Burchard. The Columbia College Cougars off to a 6-3 start. You get the holiday break, Thanksgiving Classic here with the quality in. First you had the win over Missouri Valley on the road. A big victory for your squad. Getting back in that win column is obviously an important step for the guys after having the 2 losses on the road. Come back and get that win over Moval. Talk about how that made a change the mindset a little bit of the team.
Well, there was some change that took place, Cosmo, and I think that happens when you aren't really happy with how the team has been playing. We changed our lineup a bit, shuffled the cards, I like to say. You know, sometimes you're playing cards and they don't fall your way. Maybe you need to switch them up a little bit. I was very happy with the result there. Missouri Valley is a very well-coached team. It's one of our neighbor schools. It's close by. It's a very challenging place to play. And I thought we played about as well as we could play there, and was very excited about it. Very excited about the week heading into the Thanksgiving Classic. That truly is one of the most fun events of the year for us, both of our holiday tournaments. You have a lot of fans and friends and family coming in to watch the games, and we carried the momentum, I think, of that Missouri Valley game into the weekend. And
you're dealing with the kids. Obviously, they're balancing the before the Thanksgiving break, and all their friends and everybody's kind of heading out of town, and they got to kind of focus on basketball, stay focused, and like you mentioned, all the different family and friends coming in for the Friday night game with Central Bible, and then the win on Saturday as well.
You know, it's a fascinating part about intercollegiate athletics, Cosmo. We all deal with these vacation time periods, and young people, their focus, and it is really interesting because this is kind of a grind period in the academic world. We've only got 2 weeks left before finals. You know, so you have all your friends, college friends, leaving. Right. You know, all of a sudden you're here all by yourself practicing, and nobody in the residence halls except for you and some other teams. And dealing with that is really part of the maturing process, I think, of a college athlete. Understanding how to put the work in, how to focus on the correct things. And it is part of just the process of the year. Same thing is going to happen over the Christmas break as well, where other people get to go home and sit on the couch and have mom, you know, take care of them.
Especially some of the players that aren't from mid-Missouri. And then you have the reverse, the family effect of the atmosphere of Columbia College, where you've got, you know, kids going over. I'm sure the Dresslers had quite a few kids at different times and back and forth, and kind of everybody kind of adopts their own Cougar player for a little bit to help out with some of that. That
naturally happens, Cosmo, and to be honest with you, it happens all through our community.
Yeah.
You know, we're such a collegiate community that this adopting process just naturally takes place, and it really makes, you know, having college life in this community special. What you really hope for with your team is that's very concentrated time on just being together. And whether it is at a family member's house of a teammate, or whether it's just you with your team, without the pressures of, you know, the academic world, and you hope some team building takes place during those time periods. But again, you know, each team is different, and you throw some freshmen in there, and they're going through this for the first time, and it's just, again, part of the growing up process of a college basketball team.
And in that second game, the victory over Kansas Wesleyan, 50 rebounds had to make you guys very happy on the coaching side.
I was really happy with the weekend. 2 different styles, which we already talked about, is what you really are trying to look for when you're preparing your team. Central Bible was very controlling, very pack defense oriented, really wanted to make you beat them from the outside, and you had to play the game a certain way. Kansas Wesleyan was very aggressive, played very tight, tried to play very fast offensively. You had to play a different way. I thought Jordan Dressler had a great weekend, finished in at Kansas Wesleyan with a 26-point, 12-rebound effort, which is pretty good numbers.
Yeah,
and
take that.
So
and that helped power him to the AMC Player of the Week.
Yeah,
so,
well,
which is
Well, those numbers typically would do that,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But they, you know, he really asserted himself up in Chicago in the 2 losses, and kind of carried that into that week as well.
Coming up for you, the Cougars, after the Thanksgiving Classic, you're really not going to see Southwell for a while as far as on the basketball court. We'll talk about what's ahead for the Cougars, and also pick your brain on the athletic director side a little bit on some of the other newer sports and the volleyball squad in their national tournament run in Iowa. We'll be back with Bob Burchard after this Columbia Cougar Coaches Show on Mediacom Channel 22.